Is this working? Is it? Let me see. If I go on my phone right now, is it working? Bro, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is actually so much more. My dogs won't stop barking. This is actually so much more complicated than it looks. I thought it would be. Settings, stream. Am I? I think I'm streaming. I think so. Yeah, I think I am. Let me see. If I go into it. If I go into it, is there any way for me even to tell? Like, I thought there was like a chat thing in OBS where you could see the chat. Alright, well, where is it, bro? Where am I? Bro, this is so annoying. Am I streaming right now? If I go check my phone and it says I'm streaming. Let me switch my YouTube account and see if it says I'm streaming. Because this is just weird. Stream key. Well, it says I'm streaming, but I can't see any sort of confirmation. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out right now how to do it. I'm trying to figure out how to see it. If I go into another account and I search up my name, I watch the stream. Is this working? Yeah, I see the chat. Is it? Let me see. If I go on my phone right now. Well, I can't see the chat, but I can see that I'm streaming. So I'm going to go into YouTube Studio and see if I can do that. Because right now what I was going to do is I was going to edit. I was going to color grade. Dude, why do they make this so complicated? I just spent like an hour in OBS trying to figure this out. There's gotta be like a simple way. I don't know, but I'm gonna just start color grading and then I'll figure that out later because I don't have much time. All right, let me add this clip. All right. Color space transform in the middle. It's just what I've been doing. Now let me go back to OBS and see if I'm actually tweaking. All right. When I first opened OBS, there was a way I could see like how I could see what I was seeing. I could see the chat. This is just, bro, this is... I'm gonna have to watch like a million tutorials later today. I don't know. Studio mode? No, not studio mode. Virtual camera. Recording settings. This doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Even if I'm not streaming, I'm just going to color grade and then I'll turn it off and figure this out later today because I don't have time for this. Why is it coming out of my phone too now? This is actually like spazzing out. I'm just going to look at this from another YouTube account on my phone and see if that works. And then I'll figure out how I can actually do it all from my computer later because I don't know what's going on. I'll just use Canon Cinema Gamut, Canon Log 3, then we'll do Rec 709, Rec 709 again for this one. For output, now I'm going to change all like the whatever exposure stuff on the first node before I applied the color space transform. So first what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to like remove the saturation like a little bit in the first node just so I can do that later on in like a fourth or fifth node. So I'm going to do right now, I feel like the shadows definitely need to be brought up a little bit. The highlights could be a tiny bit. We're going to go into our log wheel, so it's just like specifically the very low shadows. Then I'm going to just bring that up a tiny bit. Now if you can see the before and after, it makes it look worse, like more flat. Why am I like my throat? But that's the point, because I'll fix that all later. I just wanted to get it back to like a more exposed, like a well exposed version. All right, now I'm gonna go to the third node. We're gonna just pump the contrast a little bit in this node, just like not too much. And now I'm gonna start with the color stuff. So for this one, I feel like I'm gonna make it a little warmer because this is what it actually was. As you can see, these clouds like aren't fully white, so just a tad bit warmer. And I'm gonna change that, what I did to the shadows there, because they're not actually being crushed, so I don't need to bring them up. I'm just gonna skip through this shot. Oh shoot, I can't play that audio because it's copyrighted. Also, does this sound awful? Like, I'm seeing like a lagged version right now because I'm looking at it. I'm gonna see what I'm seeing right now in like 10 seconds because I'm looking at it from my phone on a different account until I figure it out. But I'm just gonna leave that there so I can see. I know the audio probably is trash. I know this is probably just trash in general, and like the black bars on the side, but this is all I could do. I spent like hours trying to figure this out. This is the part of the shot I wanted. This is the part of the shot. But this is what I'll use to grade it. Because now I can finally, this is a good way to see everything. We're gonna add a little bit, add another node. This node's gonna be our color node. So I'm gonna add a tiny bit of like green and reddish to like the shadows. Like blue and red, I mean. Just like a touch. And then we're gonna go into the highlights in our normal wheels and add the orange. I'm gonna go another node. This one's gonna be our, like, not mask, but yeah, kind of mask. So I'm gonna go into masks, go into gradient. The sun is coming from this direction, and I know this is just gonna be on the bushes, but it's fine. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the sun from this direction and take that. As you can see, what we have selected is like this whole area. I'm gonna stretch that further so it reaches, and now I can increase the warmth of this area just a little bit, increase like the brightness, and just like make it more orange overall. Shoot, that looks awful. What did I do? I need to bring this back more. It's only going to be clipping the edge of the bushes. That's my goal with this mask. So I don't know. I feel like it's not what I would want right now. Like it's just too kind of orange. Like this mask right here needs to be stronger, but everything else needs to be not as strong, if you know what I'm talking about. Like if I delete that and I just make the gain more orange and I don't make it that strong, just a little bit, that should be enough. Now before and after, it just adds a little glow in that corner of the bushes. Now, so we have color space transform, and I have the exposure, and I have the grade, and now I'm gonna label this one. This is gonna be our mask. Mask 1, just in case we had another. Now, I think overall this shot looks decent. It looks better than it did before. If we just select everything. If we select that all, take it off. Then that's the before and after. Before, after. That's with everything, all the corrections I did. But if I wanted to, I could make it a little less warm, because I feel like this is just kind of too warm overall. But honestly, it looks decent. Like, it's not terrible. I think I'm going to leave this and just come back to it later. These are some of the other shots. Now, just gonna grab a random one like this. This would be good to grade now. I'm gonna go in, select it, add starting 3 nodes. This one I'm gonna label beforehand. This one's just gonna be our color space transform, and this one's gonna be our exposure, and this will be our grade. And anything else we need after, I can just label that after. But that's what we have for now. Alright. Color space transform first of all. Canon Cinema Gamut. Canon Log 3. Where's Rec 709? Rec 709. Rec 709. There we go. Alright, I'm getting rid of that. Finally back. So that's what it looks like now. It's way too blue, definitely. Underexposed. So I'm just gonna fix that. I'm gonna go normal wheels. Shadows, bring them up a little bit. Highlights, bring them up too. Honestly, I feel like the whole thing just needs to be a little brighter. And our midtones, those can only come up a tiny bit. I'm gonna reset that and just add a tiny bit. Now I'm gonna go back into OBS and see if I can figure out this whole like chat thing, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Yo, ChatGPT would come in clutch right now, but I'm not gonna do that. I already did that so much earlier. It's just why it's so complicated. Like, even if even if I make it so that way it's like I try to make it super simple and they try to make it super simple, these things like it's just so much more complicated than I thought. I've tried to do this like last year too and it did not work at all. So stream appearance stream. Yeah, there's no way to like access the chat like directly. There's no way to access the chat directly through my laptop. So the only way to do that is to do it through a different YouTube account, and that's like completely lagged. Like this is gonna be trippy. Like this is what you guys see. If I raise my hand up, yeah, that's when I lean back. It's probably like a 20-second delay. Let me message from this other account. I'm just gonna be like, does that work? It's like the most unprofessional thing I've ever done, but who cares? I'm gonna swap back to this mode. This is not even the correct stream, bro. This is so annoying, dude. What am I? I'm tweaking. Okay. So it's working, obviously. It's full mode. Like it's full screen right now. But if I swap back to webcam, the normal, this one, then I just go in DaVinci. I know it's visible. I just can't see anything. And it feels weird. Because like I don't have anything in like the sidebar, one of those things, so I can't even see what's going on. But for now, we're just gonna do this. Color space transform. I did that. I have my grade node. I have my exposure node. I think we're gonna increase the temperature a little bit, just because that's a lot cooler than it was. This was sunset with like the fall bushes and everything. It was not this blue. I know these stones, they are kind of blue, but they're not that blue. Like they're not purple, what it's showing. So we're gonna increase the warmth just a tiny bit. Nothing crazy, because like I don't wanna mess anything up. We already have our color space transform. I already did that. Canon Cinema Gamut, Canon Log 3, Rec 709. Now I'm gonna add a couple more nodes just in case, even if we don't use them. Might as well have them. Grade. Right now, I'm gonna go into what I usually do. And for stuff like this, I'm gonna go on log wheels, take the very high highs, the highlights. Oh, shoot, that was weird. The highlights, I'm just gonna add a little bit of orange because that's what sunset is basically. It's kind of orange, so I guess I'll do that. Now, the shadows are a little too blue, so I would add green, maybe just a tiny bit of green, and then yikes, that's way too much green. See, it does too much. It's doing too much. We're gonna go to log wheels so that way it's like only the deepest shadows, and then I'm gonna increase green and red. So it's already looking a little hazed over, which is fine, but let me just delete all this. Not delete, but let me just select all this and see what we have so far. So it's coming along, but there's still a lot more to be done. So I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna go into my fourth node. This one's gonna be our mask. So I'm gonna node label, do mask. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into gradient in the masks. Gradient, we're gonna put it in this top right corner where the sun's coming from. Stretch it so it's across like, I don't know, 30% of the screen. Like it's not actually as much as it shows. And I'm gonna do I'm gonna increase the temperature a lot. So not a lot actually, just like 500, 5 something. And we're gonna take the highlights of that area and just like increase and now stretch this across the sky. So it's like across the sky and reaching the subject a little bit, but it's still leaving this bottom corner untouched. Like it's leaving that corner still unaffected because it's not really affected. I'm gonna increase the exposure of this a little bit. And now if we increase, I don't know how I like this. I'm just messing around, bro. This is not that good. Alright, so now we have our exposure. That's done. Great. Color space transform are great. Mask, kinda. It's too pink though. Like it's kinda too pink. And yellow. Like pink and yellow. That's because we're in log wheels. I need to get out of log wheels and go back to normal wheels. We're just gonna take the whole area of that. There we go. That's already looking a lot better. It's like adding these kind of rays. Like if I delete this whole node and then I add it back, that's what we added. It's like this whole glow coming from the right side. I actually like that a lot. So now what this needs, I'd say, is just like, I'm gonna brighten up. I might want to make another mask to like brighten up this area. But I'm gonna darken this area because I feel like it's drawing too much attention over there. So we're gonna make this mask too. I feel like there's too much attention like drawn to this side of the frame. Down here, it's too, like, this pole is too bright. Just too bright. So I'm gonna do a circular mask probably, except like I'll do an oval. I'll make it like an oval. We're gonna do that. Is there a way to rotate masks? Because there's gotta be, because this isn't gonna work. There's not. I mean, I guess it would. Just like a mask like this along the bottom in the darkest part. And if I just darken that, like I just take the whole offset of that whole area and darken it and stretch that, not stretch it, but we're gonna feather it out a lot. Now, if I go back to exposure and we take these two mask nodes, this is what we did. We did that. So before, after, before, after. I think that looks good. I don't know. Brother, what am I doing? What else does this need? We already have the masks. We have everything like basically, but it still doesn't look right. I feel like I need to stretch this mask across more of the screen and like up higher onto the subject. That kind of looks better. All right. I'm gonna leave this YouTube account, go back to my other YouTube account, and see if I can see what's going on. Because I'm actually like gonna, like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Switch back to my normal account. Go into my channel and go to live. It doesn't show that I'm live, does it? It does, but I can't click it. Like, what am... Okay, there we go. Now I'm in my account. If I message now, if I say hi, I'm in the chat, but I'm only on my phone. This is like tweaking. I don't know. I only have like 15 minutes left to edit anyway before I have to go. Yeah, because I don't know why my throat's doing that. So I think this is basically as good as we're gonna get it for this one. Now that I go back to this, that's way too orange. But it's kind of how it was in real life. Like, that is kind of what it looked like. I'm just gonna go through maybe some of the other stuff I was doing before. So like this is the stuff I was grading the other day, and I'm not gonna use all these clips. I'm not gonna use like the whole thing. I'm just gonna use like the parts, like certain parts. Maybe this part or this one, and this one fully. This clip is gonna be fully used. This one not fully, but as you can see, I graded this. I made the sky like blue and orangish. I did the exposure, grass, all that. You can see all these nodes. This was probably something I used a lot more nodes. The sky doesn't really look that good if I'm being honest. Like, it looks good, but it looks kind of fake, but who cares? It's okay. This clip is going to be like, what? Maybe 5 seconds, maybe. And stuff like this one I don't want to take too long on, because it really honestly is going to be a short clip. But for now, what I have of it is decent. I'm gonna change this mask and we're gonna add more blue, because oh shoot, what am I doing? Because I think a little bit of blue in the shadows actually adds like what I want. Okay, that's better. There we go. Now that whole boxy shadow area is completely covered in this like bluish shadow, which really like which really shows the other mask I did, which is the orange coming from the other side. Kind of adds a good bit of contrast. I think I like that. I'm moving on. Can you use Final Cut Pro? I don't have DaVinci. I don't have Final Cut Pro, so I guess I can't use it. I don't even have DaVinci, like the premium version. So yeah. I can't even do that. But I'm gonna move on to the next clip. I already did this one enough. It's decent, and I'm not trying to perfect these. Perfection will come later or never. I'm not worried about that. I'm actually just gonna take this same exact clip as this one, and we're gonna copy and paste the color stuff from there. But yeah, I'm gonna copy and paste the color stuff from that last clip, since these are essentially the same clip. As you can see, this one and the other one, this one and this one, they're the same clip. This one was a zoomed in shot of that one. So we're gonna copy this clip, and I'm gonna paste our attributes, make sure color correction is the only one selected, because I don't want to paste anything else onto there. I want to keep it all like natural. Apply. Shoot, that actually looks good, but we're gonna change some stuff. I'm gonna go into our mask. Right now the mask is in the same spot. The clip, it changed angles a little bit, so the mask can be the kind of same spot but not fully. Then our other mask in the corner can be larger, because this one has a larger percentage of the screen taken up by whatever this black stuff is. Also, if you guys can, like, this is the most sketchy thing, but if anybody, I know there's only 2 people in the chat right now, I don't really care, but like if there's anybody who can say, like, is the audio, I know it's probably bad, but is it like hearable, like listenable? Because I have no idea what I'm doing. And right now I'm just using the Mac mic thing. So if this is awful, I have no idea and I'm not able to hear it. Right now, I think this clip in general is already color graded enough just from copying and pasting. There's not enough contrast though. Yes, it's great. The audio is good. All right, I'm glad, because I thought it was gonna be completely chopped. So it's good. It's at least decent, or decent enough to hear. All right, where's our grade? Our grade, and now we're just gonna pump a tiny bit of contrast. I think that one's done. It just needed some tweaks. Moving on to other things. This one I was actually kind of excited to grade. This clip, because it has more elements instead of just like whatever grass and sky. So I'm gonna just pop a couple more nodes, and then I'm gonna do color space transform, Canon Cinema Gamut. See, this process just takes so long. I need to learn how to like copy and paste stuff better. Canon Log 3. It's already looking too dark. I know I'll probably need to brighten that up. Rec 709. and Rec 709 for output 2. That's what I've been doing. I don't know if you should use Rec 709 for the output. By the way, the Mac has studio grade mics. Uh yeah, I did like record a couple of tests and it sounded okay, but everything always sounds way different on like when I'm actually trying to stream. So, yeah, I use Rec 709 for output and for the output color space and the output gamma. I don't know exactly what that does, but I know that I want the final product to be in Rec 709, so I think they both should be. Um, but yeah, let me just first do my adjustments. I have to label these quickly. Color space transform. Um, why is this not letting me label it? Exposure. And then our grade. This is going to be our grade. And it's not like our fully, that's not like our grade node. Why I label it grade is just because that's, to me, that's like the main one where I do the main color adjustments. Everything else is like lighting and stuff. So it's like, I don't exactly know. All right. I'm gonna start out by first increasing temperature a tiny bit, just a touch, and now shadows, highlights, everything needs to be a little brighter, This is kind of dark. As you can see by our waveform, we have like no information in like the highlights. Everything is below that like halfway point, kinda. So I'm just gonna increase the highlights. There's not even really highlights to increase though. Like the whole thing is kind of just a darker frame in general. We kind of brought it back to a log looking image, which I don't really like. It looked way better before, honestly, but everything's crushed, so we're gonna have to make it look flat for a little bit before we can make it look good again. Now everything's just barely not crushed anymore. I'm gonna go give a tad bit of blue, tad bit of green in the shadows, because that's like all around this bushes and all that stuff. And now I'm just gonna do what I usually do, pump a little bit of orange into the highlights. I think what's really gonna save this shot, because right now it looks pretty, I don't know, I feel like it looks kind of chopped. I need to get that green out. No, we need to get that green out of the shadows. It's not helping at all. We're gonna do a little bit of blue instead and keep pumping more orange. There we go. Now it's starting, because the shadows are the ocean. That's like the midtones. These are shadows. How can you DM me? If you, Instagram, I guess. Yeah, Instagram, if you want to. That's where I keep. Yeah. All right. The orange honestly didn't really hurt this shot at all. So I'm gonna keep going just a little more, and that's actually starting to look really good. And since this is such a moving shot, I can't really add a mask or anything, because unless I motion tracked it, which I can't do. So yeah, I can't motion track this right now. I could, but I'm not really good at that. So this is just the shot so far. This is just the preview of it. I'm gonna zoom in. Everything looks decent. I feel like it still could use some stuff, like the sky's just not really popping enough for me. So I'm gonna add another node. We're gonna go into our curves, go into the hue versus saturation. I'm gonna take the orange category, the orange area. We're just gonna not a ton, but we're gonna take all the orange, which is basically just the sky, and increase that bad boy up like I don't know, that's probably 30%. So now before and after, it's a very slight difference, but it helps. So now I'm gonna add another one of those and do the same thing for the ocean. This one we're gonna select the ocean, the blue, not the ocean, the like whatever blue areas. I'm just gonna increase that. You can't really see much of a difference, honestly, because it's like, it's not much. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to reset this node grade. Instead, we're going to use our qualifier, select the ocean, show our selection. It's selecting the jacket too. So what I'm going to have to do, it's saying you can't DM the person unless they follow you. If you follow me, I can send you a follow request, or nah, I can accept. No, if you follow me, I can just follow you back and then you can DM me after this. But I'm just gonna try to finish this shot. This isn't really working either, so instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reset this node grade completely. We're gonna go into our midtones, which is where I think the ocean is lying. And then I'm gonna take our blues in the midtones, the gamma, and I'm just gonna increase. Now it's kind of breaking apart the jacket because the jacket has blue on it. It's kind of breaking it. I don't really want to do that, so we're not gonna do that. You follow me? All right. Well, after this, I'll try to I'll follow you back so you can message me. But I need to finish the shot first. Let me see. Exposure. What did I just do? Oh, did I? Oh, it's only showing the node I'm selected. Okay, I guess that's weird. I don't know how to fix that. So first node, this is what I did. The first node, this is what happened. Second node, color space transform. This is the grade, little adjustments, and more adjustments. So 11:30. Okay. So
You're sure?
yes. So I don't think it needs anything else besides the ocean, but I can't really get the ocean because it's also selecting the jacket. This is gonna be complicated. I might just have to do what I did before and just select those blues and saturate them more, because that's about what I did. But what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna make one more node, final node. We're gonna make this color space HSV, and we're gonna disable channels 1 and 3. What that does is basically the channel 1 is like it's taking a certain part of it, and channel 3 is taking a certain part of it, and it's taking those. Channel 2 is basically just like the best parts, like the parts that you would want to saturate. So I'm gonna take those, go into our color wheels, just add a touch of saturation here, go into our sliders, gain the green, and just like tap that a tiny bit. And now if I go back into this, take our color temperature back down to that, because I think now that looks okay. That's graded. I'd say that's fully graded. All right. It's just saturating the jeans a little bit. Shoot, you're right. Yo, you're kind of right. It is saturating the jeans. It's fine. It saturated the ocean too a little bit. It's not what I wanted, but it's better. I think this looks better than it did in the beginning by far. So yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna go in here and end the stream. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna figure this out later more. But yeah, I'll figure this out another time. I want to stream again, but for now, I'm just gonna end this. Go to work. I'll figure this out later. So thank you guys, the ones of you who did watch even just a little bit. I'm gonna make sure to follow you. I'm gonna follow you so that way you can follow me. So that way you can message me or whatever. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.